Hello, very quick video today. Yesterday I took the MR2 to get new tyres fitted, and while they were torquing up the wheel bolts, one of them snapped, which is a common thing, especially on old Toyotas. I guess the metal probably just gets a bit soft. 20 years worth of driving on the bolt, you know, so it needs replacing because it snapped off. So I popped to Toyota earlier. Luckily they had 4 in stock, so I've got 1 and 3 spares if it goes wrong. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chock the front wheel of the MR2. I'm going to jack it up, take the wheel off, take the caliper off, take the disc off, rotate the hub until the bolt lines up with the hole where you can bash it through, replace it, refit in reverse. So I'll do that now and I'll take some video as we go. Okay, wheel chock. Car's jacked up in the air and you can see the wobbly bolt. Look at that. There we go. Oh dear. Okay, so I just need to take off the handbrake and move the disc around until the back of that bolt lines up with a little groove that's available at the back. The first one I need to do, take this caliper off, take this disc off. So I've now got both sides jacked up. The reason being, cool, a lot of traffic. The reason being is that if you haven't got both sides jacked up, you can't rotate the hub because the other wheel is stuck on the floor. But yeah, essentially, caliper's off. You just undo these 2 17mm bolts. That takes caliper off. Then you can take the disc off. And now I can see the broken bolt. So all I've got to do is rotate this around to somewhere around here where I can hit it out from the front and put the new one in from the back. And then hopefully it'll be nice and easy to get the new one in. So I've got the busted one out. And there's actually a trick to removing this. You've got to rotate the hub so that the busted bolt is basically about 10:30, 11 o'clock. So it's got to be in the top left-hand corner. And then there's a little nook in the hub which gives you enough room to push it out. Let me show you. Let me take the new one and I'll actually go and put the new one in and show you the nook at the same time. So let's try it now. So using the nook, just thread the new one in. Superb. So all I need to do now is put an open-ended bolt on that and pull it through until it seats in the teeth. Okay, so the way I'm going to do this is I've got this really big nut which is way too big for the thread here. It actually goes straight over. See, so what I'm hoping is that if I go to the one that I haven't tightened up, I can put this over, and then if I put the actual wheel stud back on and just start tightening up, that'll just draw that in. So let's give that a go and see what happens. Okay, this seems to be working. So you know what I've done? I've put in the stud through the little nook, and I've put my big bolt on, far too big, and I've put the wheel nut back on. So when I put the bracer bar on, what you can see is I'm tightening it, it's just bringing it in. So it gets tighter. Oh, see, it's starting to actually spin the hub. But all I've got to do, keep tightening that until that is seated properly. Then I can put the disc back on, brake caliper back on, wheel back on, and I can put the nuts back on, and then we should be good after that. Sorry I'm out of breath, I've been running around like a nutter today. Look at that. New stud in. There we go, I can just undo this now. Look at that, isn't it great when something goes to plan? And there we go. Broken stud replaced, new stud in. Just need to put the disc back on now, put the caliper back on, put the wheel back on, put the bolts back on, and then go and have a cup of tea. Getting a bit dark now, but you can see disc is back on, caliper's back on, so 17 here. Just about see this bolt here that I'm just touching, and then there's another 17 at the back somewhere. Let me get a light because it's here. It's around the back. There's a 17 here. There's a 17 there. So back on, just got to put the wheel back on now. So that's it, wheel back on, 4 bolts tightened up, job's a good one. So hopefully this is helpful if you ever snap a bolt. Like I said, on the back you need to jack both sides up because you can't spin one wheel without the other. On the front, not so bad because each wheel is independent, there's no drive shafts connecting the two together. So thanks for joining me on another how-to video. There's going to be more unexpected things like this on the MR2 coming in the future, I'm almost certain of it. So please join us for the journey, like, subscribe, and place your bets in the comments below as to what the next thing on the MR2 is to break. I'm thinking it's probably going to be the handbrake cable. Just got a feeling on that. But anyway, thanks again, take care, see you next time.